All right, based on everything that we know tonight, what's next for investigators and whoever's responsible for Nancy Guthrie's disappearance? How do we find them? Back with us now, host of Crime Stories on Fox Nation. Our friend Nancy Grace is back with us. Let's start with the payment. And I think Jonathan Hunt made a good point. You can set up a crypto wallet in a different venue, and maybe that's something that law enforcement supported. And maybe we don't know that part of the story, nor should we at this point. Thoughts?
Number one, this was not a medical event. If there had been a medical event, and I assume that means a heart attack or a stroke of some sort, her body would still be there. Nancy Guthrie could not walk over 50 yards. Her cane was found in her home. So what happened to the body? It was not a medical event. We can rule that out. This now is the critical hour. We keep hearing the press say this is the critical hour. No, because if Savannah has sent the money, the deadline has come and gone. If she sent the $6 million, Sean, what incentive is there left for the kidnapper to hand over Nancy Guthrie alive? He's got the money. And another thing, it ain't over till it's over. Bitcoin can and has been traced by the feds, by the IRS, by DOJ. Let me just throw out James Zhang, who was trading on the black web, the dark web. They recovered $3 billion plus dollars. He had stolen Bitcoin from the Silk Road on the dark web, and it was traced. Now, my concern about Bitcoin is if Savannah has sent the money, what I think will happen is that money will be sent, it will be transferred to potentially a low or non-regulated country that doesn't regulate Bitcoin the way we do. We can analyze it with a blockchain analysis like Chainalysis, but other countries don't do that. So if that money is moved, that Bitcoin is moved to another jurisdiction, what I'm saying is they don't keep records. They don't have the same regulations that we do, and it will be hard for the feds to subpoena those records anywhere else. That's my fear. Now, there's no incentive to bring her home alive. That's my concern at this hour.
We texted a lot over the previous message that was released. We received your message. We understand. Right. We beg you now to return our mother to us so we can celebrate. And at that point, I got nervous. But then it says right after, with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. Let me play it.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
A lot of people interpreted that a lot of different ways. I wanted to take hope out of the words "with her." We discussed that privately this weekend.
Yes, when I heard celebrate, it made me think of celebration of life, like a memorial, like a funeral, and the somber tone of it. But it was celebrate with her, celebrate her homecoming. And that gave me heart. And still, she is, Savannah, still reaching out. And you can see on her face, she becomes more and more and more haggard, asking the public to help her find her mother. I believe if she knew or had a suspicion that her mother had already passed on, she would not be doing that. I don't believe it. I don't accept that at this juncture. But what we saw in the last days is very concerning. We know that police, law enforcement, FBI were going down a septic tank behind Nancy Guthrie's home. Country folks, like where I grew up, you have a septic tank. You're not on city water or city septic. So I don't know if the feds or the locals decided, hey, wait, we didn't check the septic tank. They went out with a long contraption. It looks like a pole, but I believe that there was a light or even a camera affixed to that for them to look around. Obviously, they were looking for a body, although cadaver dogs would certainly have led them to that point. And they have had scent dogs out there and possibly cadaver. But I think that's crossing T's, dotting I's. Another theory is that they were looking for something the perp, the alleged kidnapper, had flushed during the incident. They had well over 30 minutes in the home, which is very unusual. They felt very comfortable in there, didn't they, Sean? Didn't they? That they were going to be caught in there. But did they flush something, or did they drop something in the septic tank, like a weapon or some other object? Nothing was taken out that we could tell. The other concerning thing is that the law enforcement agents were back at the sister Annie's home. It was a late night visit. They were in there for over 3 hours, and media observed flash bulbs going off from one end of the house to the other, from the garage all the way to the other end of the house. What were they taking photos of in the middle of the night? And they came out with paper bags. Why paper? Because it's breathable. If you do plastic, you'll ruin DNA. You can also lose fingerprints in plastic. Paper bags and another UFED, a Celebrite. This is what I suggest. There's been a lot of speculation. You know what? Go hook up to a poly and be done with it. Everybody in the family, be an example. Hook yourself up to a poly. And I would have everybody at that church, every granny nanny, every FedEx, every Uber guy, every one of them taking a poly. And if you don't take a poly, you're at the top of my suspect list.
Let me ask you about the difference between the two messages, the one this weekend, which was very cryptic. They were reading it. Obviously, I got the feeling that was coordinated with law enforcement versus we need your help, we need your help, we are in an hour of desperation, which seemed very spontaneous, extemporaneous from Savannah, 3 hours before the deadline today.
I know Savannah. As you know, we worked together for a while at Court TV. She can ad-lib like nobody's business. She doesn't need a script. But I did notice her, particularly in the last message where she was flanked by the brother and the sister, Annie and Cameron. She paused, she looked down as if she was collecting her thoughts and reading something, and then looked back up. She had a script in front of her. I think the brother and the sister looked down at it also. In this last missive, you're correct. It seems more spontaneous, but I did notice her look over. I'm sure the feds knew she was going to issue this plea and that they also schooled her on what she should and shouldn't say. It seems more spontaneous. I notice she's wearing makeup and the others, no. She's pulled it together to make this plea. And I think that she was schooled by law enforcement as well. Although it seems more spontaneous, I think that it was planned.
All right, Nancy Grace, we appreciate your time analysis, and we pray for Nancy's safe return. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.